The forces of evil and oppression are gathering. The world is at risk once again. Unfortunately, due to a bout of food poisoning, the world must look to the worst fighter pilot in the world. Welcome to DCS. How are we all? Hi to Pontus Bengtsson, Caden Burns, Josh A. Anybody else, or is that it for the moment? I think that's it for the moment. Just check everything is set up correctly. I didn't actually just completely miss that thing. Hello, Kelly! How are we all? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello to you. Listen to now music. Don't listen to anything too inspiring, because like at least the first half hour, maybe a bit more, is going to be me doing tutorials. Pardon me. You ready for the music? Right, I think I think I'm gonna have to do this. I think I'm good to like start up and everything. I think I will need to look at the countermeasures and everything. Start! And this one wasn't, it was dirt cheap, Flaming Cliffs. Someone bought me Flaming Cliffs. I did one stream, someone said, do another stream. I said, yeah, I'm not sure. I said, then they said, if I buy you the Flaming Cliffs expansion, will you do another stream? I said, yes. So I did a second stream, and now I've got the Flaming Cliffs craft. My task, nothing. Oh, already over then.
Welcome to the training flight on the radar warning receiver and countermeasure systems of the F-15C. The F-15C's Tactical Electronic Warfare System, or TEWS, is a powerful built-in system that provides electronic detection and identification of surface and airborne radar threats, as well as active radar jamming. The mission is currently paused. Press the spacebar to continue.
Right.
The first component of the TEWS we'll cover is the RWR. This system passively detects when the aircraft is being illuminated by other radars and presents this information to you in the TEWS display at the top right of the instrument panel, highlighted. This is a useful system because, unlike your radar, it allows you to detect threats without alerting them to your presence. Also, unlike your radar, it provides 360 degrees of coverage. The TEWS presents a top-down view of the area around you. You're in the center with your nose pointing towards the top. Symbols on the TEWS display indicate the direction and signal strength, not range, of contacts. The TEWS display also classifies contacts by type and status. Known airborne and ground radar types are identified by different codes. See the manual for a list of codes. A hat symbol above the code means it's an airborne radar. For example, 15 without a hat means an SA-15 SAM radar, but a 15 with a hat means an F-15. The highest direct contact is inscribed by a diamond. A semicircle is added above the most recent contact. A flashing semicircle or circle is added to a contact that is supporting a missile launch. Active radar missiles, which are missiles that have their own radar instead of relying on the launch aircrafts, are identified by the letter M inscribed by a circle. Press the spacebar to continue.
None of that went in.
The RWR will alert you of only radar-guided threats. It won't detect missiles with infrared guidance. You'll need to spot those visually. Also, if you're far from a threat, you might get an RWR indication before they actually see you on their radar. By the same token, though, when you're searching for targets with your radar, they might see you on their RWR before you see them on your radar. Press the spacebar to continue. Your RWR can't detect radars at elevations more than 45 degrees above or below you. So, for example, if you bank away from a threat and they disappear from your RWR, it doesn't mean they are no longer tracking you. They may just be in your blind spot. Although the twos can identify the type of radar illuminating you, it cannot tell whether the source is friendly or hostile. Now I'll try utilizing the twos against some actual threat contacts. When you press the spacebar, I'll unpause the mission.
M for missile. Yeah, I think that's a little bit of throttle.
Autopilot is on. Adjust the throttle to about 81% RPM to maintain a speed of about 250 knots.
Which one's RPM?
A series of 3 high-pitched audio tones indicates a new threat has been detected. This contact is a ground-based EWR station identified on the two's display as S. Being illuminated by a ground radar is referred to as a mud spike. On the two's display, the semicircle above the contact means that it's the most recent contact, and the diamond means it's the highest priority threat. An intermittent chirp tone means that your RWR is detecting the radar in search mode, but you are not being locked on. You can change your RWR mode to show only locked radars. Try this now by pressing Right-Shift-R. The contact is not on since it was only in search mode. Switch back to showing all contacts by pressing Right-Shift-R again.
Why am I...
Additional contact. MiG-31 is inbound from the southwest at beyond visual range, identified on the two's display as a 31 with a hat. The semicircle and diamond indications will switch to this contact to indicate it's the most recent and highest priority threat. The faster chirping sound means that the RWR has detected a threat locking onto you. Also, an AI airborne intercept warning light at the top of your instrument panel is now on, indicating you are currently being illuminated by an aircraft radar, which could be friendly or hostile. Being illuminated by an airborne radar is referred to as a spike. Continue flying straight ahead.
Okay. The thing is showing me that I have a target to hit, so I may as well see if I can hit that target. Or should I not have done that? I seem to remember this last time this took a while. Fire to 12, Gallifrey and Wren! Dropping in to do my part for like, God bless you, Gallifrey and Wren. Why is my craft pitching gradually to the right? I have a nasty feeling if I try and alter that with a bit of trim. I wanted the throttle about 81 RPM. Limsley, hello! So somebody's locking on to me. Nothing but clouds and canopy scratches. For God's sake. Just check I can remember the... That's flaps, I think. Oh, there's 11, something 11 nautical miles out. So...
MiG-31 has now launched a radar-guided missile against you. Your 2's display will indicate this by a flashing circle around the 31, and an audio launch warning will sound.
Right.
I've disabled the MiG. Our next contact will be a SA-15 SAM system at close range. Monitor the RWR indications and note that the SAM warning light at the top of the instrument panel will illuminate, indicating your RWR is detecting a SAM radar.
So, yeah, that's air brakes. So those are flaps. I think I've just turned the flaps off. Why am I still banking slowly to the right? Any chance we could go a bit faster with this thing? So do I deploy flaps or... Let's undeploy flaps. Yeah, that is flap deploy. Use the engines and the missiles. Still rolling right. Trim it out a bit more. I need to sort out the dead zones on this joystick. This is ridiculous. Now I'm rolling to the left. Oh, I will get this sorted. So, retrim it. Still going to the left. Use the SPI and the CCIP, I think it will help. Oh, slightly fisheye effect there. We're going down! We're going down! Why you do that though? Ah, screw this. My fuel indicators. Fuel quantity, yeah, we're fine. I think I might need to drop my altitude a little bit as well. The SAM site won't come to us, we will go to the SAM site. There's also a little indicator saying I'm gonna guess that we've missed this. Air brakes, air brakes, air brakes. Screw this. Next one. Like hello! 10 likes, thank you very much everybody. Fly, my task, nothing!
In this lesson, we'll discuss operation of the F-15C's APG-63 V1 radar. This is a look-down, shoot-down radar, meaning, unlike older radars, it can detect and fire targets below your altitude. Also, it's capable of simultaneously detecting, tracking, and engaging dozens of targets. First, discuss the modes useful for beyond visual range, or BVR, target engagements. The mission is currently paused. You're currently in navigation master mode. Enter beyond visual range master mode by pressing 2. You can tell you're no longer in navigation mode because the ADI button on the instrument panel is no longer lit, and some of the navigation information is no longer displayed on the HUD. In the bottom left of your HUD, just above the G-loading readout, is your current Mach number, your speed relative to the speed of sound. Next, turn on your radar by pressing I.
The bottom left of your HUD, just above the G-load readout. Okay.
The VST has now come alive, displaying data from your radar. The VST shows the radar picture as a view from above your aircraft. The number in the top right is the current range setting of the display in nautical miles. The grid lines are range and azimuth references. The area shown in the VST represents a pie slice of space in front of the aircraft, but displayed stretched out to a square. The bottom line represents your position. This is illustrated in the first image of your mission briefing. Press left Alt-B to bring it up. The spacing between each horizontal grid line represents 1/4 of the selected range, and the spacing between each vertical line represents 30 degrees in azimuth. That means that from left to right, the 5 vertical lines correspond to your 10, 11, 12, 1, and 2 o'clock. Press the spacebar to continue. The default radar mode in navigation or BVR mode is long-range search or LRS. In this mode, the radar antenna repeats left-to-right scans at different elevation angles to scan the space in front of the aircraft. The carrots on the bottom and left edges of the VST show the current angle of the antenna as it progresses through the scan pattern. The default azimuth scan zone width is 120 degrees, but you can switch to half this width. This will get faster updates at the expense of a smaller scan zone. To switch to the narrower scan zone, press right Control minus. Do this now. A pair of small vertical lines in the middle of the VST is the acquisition symbol. This is a cursor that you can move around to select targets. Try moving the cursor around by pressing the comma, period, slash, and semicolon keys. Notice that the scan zone moves with the acquisition symbol. The 2 circles on the bottom of the VST indicate the edges of the scan zone. Next, return to the wide scan zone setting by pressing right Control equals. You can increase and decrease the display range setting by pressing minus and equals respectively. Change your range to 80 miles, as shown in the top right of the VST. Then press the spacebar to continue. I've added 2 aircraft flying ahead of you. You should see them as a rectangle and a circle on your VST. Circles indicate friendly contacts, and other contacts will be displayed as rectangles. Press the spacebar to continue. In the bottom left of the VST, you will see the words Hi or Ned. This is the pulse repetition frequency, or PRF, of the radar at the moment. Different PRFs have better detection ranges in different situations. High PRF is better for high closure rate targets, such as when you and your target are flying towards each other, while medium PRF has less range but can better detect medium to low closure targets. The default PRF setting of LRS mode is interleaved, where the radar cycles between high and medium PRFs as it scans. This is handy when you do not know the closure rate of the target already. You can manually cycle between the interleaved high and medium settings by pressing right shift I. I've added two aircraft, one flying towards you, high closure, and one flying away, low closure. Practice adjusting your PRF and notice how different PRF settings will detect different targets. When you lose detection of a target, it will take a few seconds to fade from your radar screen. After you've done this, select high PRF and press the spacebar to continue.
Okay, now we've got both targets and one's fading. Let's put it back onto high. Swap to high. Control and that.
Just as the radar has a set range of angles it scans in azimuth, it also has a set range it scans in elevation. The altitude range your radar is sweeping at the distance of the acquisition symbol is shown in thousands of feet by the two numbers on the left edge of the VSD. The farther out the acquisition symbol is, the greater range of altitude your radar will cover. There's a notional illustration of this in picture 2 in your briefing. The gray aircraft are out of view of your radar. You can tilt the radar antenna up and down to change its elevation coverage by pressing right shift semicolon and right shift period respectively. There are two aircraft flying towards you about 20 miles away, one below you and one above you. Adjust the antenna elevation up and down until you've detected both aircraft. Then press the spacebar to continue.
Well, they're not there. Not getting anything. Not getting anything. Oh god, what was it to let's get it on full whack. I'm not seeing anything. Nice.
That covers LRS mode. The next mode we'll talk about is single target track, or STT. This is the mode where you've locked a single target. To enter this mode, we'll first have to select a target and lock it. I've added an aircraft flying towards you at 20,000 feet altitude from about 25 miles away. Located on your VSD, move the acquisition symbol over it with the comma, period, slash, and semicolon keys, and then press enter to lock the target and enter STT mode. Press the spacebar once you've done this.
Target and lock it. I still... Oh, hang on.
In single target track mode, the radar is no longer scanning around, but is fixed on the target. This means you will no longer see other contacts on your VSD. Also, because your radar beam is fixed on your target, their RWR will know that you are locked on them. In SGT mode, you're able to determine much more information about your target. To start with, the icon for the contact now indicates its heading. At the top left of the VSD, you are now presented with, first, the target's true airspeed, second, target aspect angle, what side of the target is facing you, H means head, L is left, R is right, and T is tail, and third, the target's heading in degrees. The number on the left side of the VSD is the target's elevation. For example, 19-9 means 19,900 feet. The two numbers on the bottom right of the VSD are the bearing of the target in tens of degrees and the range to the target in nautical miles. The text on the bottom to the right of the ground speed is the type of aircraft you're targeting, in this case a C-130. If the target is too far away to tell, this will read UKN for unknown. The number on the right side of the VSD is the closure rate of your target in knots. Press the spacebar to continue. In SGT, your HUD will also provide information about the locked target. The box that appears is referred to as the target designation box, and it graphically illustrates the location of your target. This box will have an X inside it, as it does now when the locked target is friendly, to remind you not to shoot them. It will appear only if the target is located within the field of view of the HUD. On the bottom right of the HUD, the number after R is the range of the target in miles, and the single letter on the bottom row is the target aspect, currently H for head. Next, unlock the target and return to LRS mode by pressing Enter again.
Bottom right of the HUD, there's the range of the target in nautical miles, so despite this thing being paused, it's still closing. And the letter is H for head.
We're now detecting an aircraft that is using its ECM by detecting its jammer signals. This is shown in your VSD as a column of hollow rectangles. When an aircraft is using its ECM, you will be able to determine its azimuth, but not its distance or any other information, until you're close enough that your radar can overpower the ECM, around 15 to 23 miles. You can still lock onto a jamming aircraft, though. This is called Hold On Jam, or HOJ mode. Move the acquisition symbol over one of the hollow rectangles and enter HOJ mode by pressing Enter to lock. We're now in HOJ mode, as indicated in the HUD. In the VSD, a vertical line through the column of rectangles indicates you're locked onto the jammer source. Because you're passively locking onto the jamming signals from the target, your target will get no lock notification from their RWR. In HOJ mode, you can still launch missiles at your locked target, but the missiles will be less effective since they will have less information to make their targeting calculations. Once you get close enough that you can achieve a normal radar lock, you will automatically transition from HOJ to SGT mode. Unlock the target and return to LRS mode by pressing Enter. If it isn't already, set your radar display range to 40 miles, minus and equals to adjust range, and switch to the interleaf PRS, right shift I to cycle PRF. Next, we'll talk about track while scan or TWS mode. You can switch between LRS and TWS by pressing right Alt I. Do this now.
Hang on. Okay. Right Alt I.
In TWS mode, the radar will provide detailed target data on a contact while still being able to scan for other contacts. Each radar contact will indicate its azimuth as well as its altitude by the numbers shown above its icon in thousands of feet. The downside of TWS is that the radar can lose track of targets more easily than an LRS, particularly if the targets make evasive high-G maneuvers that quickly change their direction and speed. Also, the wider 120-degree azimuth range setting isn't available in TWS. In TWS, you won't have an indication of the current PRS setting, so you'll have to remember what it is or switch back to LRS to check. I've added 3 aircraft ahead of you around 15,000 feet altitude. Move the acquisition symbol over one of the contacts and press Enter once to select it. Press the spacebar once you've done so. We have now designated a target as the primary designated target, or PDT.
Right.
The VSD and HUD displays are similar to SGT, except you will continue to track the other contacts. The PDT is represented in the VSD by a roughly star-shaped symbol. Another perk of TWS is that when you lock a target, the target will get no lock warning from their RWR. Next, move the acquisition symbol over an unselected target and press Enter once. Press the spacebar once you've done this. The symbol for the newly designated target has changed to a hollow rectangle. This is referred to as a secondary designated target, or SGT. You can select multiple SGTs. The number 1 to the right of the SGT icon indicates that this is the first SGT. All of the target data, bearing, range, altitude, etc., displayed in the VSD pertains to the PDT. If you fire multiple missiles, they will launch at the PDT, first SGT, second SGT, etc. in order. This will allow you to target multiple aircraft in advance, and once you're within missile range, fire missiles at all of them at once without having to stop and select the next target in between. You can undesignate all TWS targets by pressing backspace. You can switch to SGT by placing the acquisition symbol over a PDT or SGT and pressing Enter again. Do this now, and then press the spacebar to continue.
Backspace. Backspace is doing jack.
Return to navigation mode now by pressing 1. This completes the lesson on LRS, SGT, HOJ, and TWS radar modes. Press Escape to end the lesson now.
Okay. Now we get on to some weaponry.
In this lesson, we'll learn how to use medium-range radar-guided missiles, which you'll use in BVR engagements. We'll first discuss the older AIM-7 Sparrow, and then the modern AIM-120 AMRAAM. The Sparrow is an older missile using semi-active radar homing, meaning that the missile relies on the launch aircraft's radar to guide it to the target. The launch aircraft must keep illuminating the target with its radar until the missile hits. The newest AIM-7M version has a range of up to 35 miles at high altitude. As with all air-to-air missiles, range strongly depends on target aspect, launch altitude, and launch speed. We'll see much greater ranges at 30,000 feet on a closing target than 5,000 feet on a receding target. I currently have the lesson paused. First, enable Beyond Visual Range Master Mode by pressing 2. Next, turn on your radar by pressing I. Look down at your MPCD at the lower left of the instrument panel. The line drawing represents a top-down view of your wings, and the text inside this drawing describes the various missiles you're carrying. The F-15C has 8 weapon stations, 4 under the fuselage and 2 on each wing pylon. For each loaded weapon, the status and type is displayed. The currently chosen missile will be boxed, and its status will read Ready. The missile type is indicated on the second line. 7M is a name 7M, 120B is a name 120B, and 120C is a name 120C. The letter suffix, like B or C, indicates the specific version of the missile. You can change the currently selected missile by pressing D. Press D now until a name 7 is selected.
I think that's this one.
In the bottom left of your HUD, M2M indicates your currently selected missile and the number remaining. The first letter will be M for the AIM-7 Sparrow, A for the AIM-120 AMRAAM, and S for the AIM-9 Sidewinder. The last letter is the version of the missile, in our case the AIM-7M, and the number is the quantity remaining, 2 in this case. Press the spacebar to continue.
M, A, and S. Remaining 2 in this case. Right.
I've added a target about 40 miles ahead of you at 15,000 feet. Lock the target in SGT mode by moving the target acquisition symbol with the 2 vertical bars on the VSD over the contact with the comma, period, slash, and semicolon keys, and then locking it by pressing Enter. Use the minus and equals keys to adjust the range displayed as needed. Press the spacebar once you have the target locked in SGT. With the target locked up, some new information is now available on the HUD. In the middle of the HUD is a solid circle called the Allowable Steering Error, or ASE circle. Fly to keep the small steering dot inside the circle and as close to the center as possible to give the missile the best chance of reaching the target. The line off the edge of this circle indicates the target's aspect. If this line is on the bottom of the circle, you're facing the target head-on. If it's to the left, you're facing the target's left side, and so forth. Also on the HUD is a box that indicates the line of sight to the locked target. The box will have an X in it if the target is friendly. When you have a valid firing solution, that is, you are within maximum missile range and the steering dot is inside the ASE circle, a triangle will appear under this box, and rectangular lights in your canopy frame, referred to as shoot lock lights, will illuminate. Press the spacebar to continue. The scale on the right side of the HUD, next to the altitude scale, is the target range scale. There are 3 thicker bars sticking off the right of this scale. The top one indicates the missile's max range against a non-maneuvering target. The middle one is a range called RTR for range, turn, and run. At this range, your missile can hit a target even if it turns and runs. The bottom line represents the missile's minimum range. The closure rate to the target in knots is indicated on the left side of the scale. If you see a large X across the HUD, your range to the target is less than the missile's minimum range. The three lines of text in the bottom right of the HUD are the range to the target, the time it will take your missile to reach the target, and the target's aspect, for example, H for head-on. Press the spacebar to continue.
I want to fire some missiles.
You'll see that much of the information on the HUD is duplicated here and includes the ASC circle and the steering dot, and the range scale along the right edge. The boxed region of the range scale is between the missile's minimum range and RTR. When the target's range is about halfway between max missile range and RTR, hold the weapon release button on your stick or right alt space on the keyboard until a missile launches. At longer range, the missile will climb after launching to extend its range by operating in thinner air. As the target gets closer, you can zoom in by pressing equals if desired.
So is this thing getting any closer, or what's happening? SU-17, T 36 seconds. Which one was my range to the target again? 17.6. 16.9. Okay, we have a firing solution. Yeah, Limsey, I feel the same. .6, 13.5. Oh, do come along. Lights are lit. Just waiting for this thing to get about halfway between the thing, and then... Should we say about there? We'll say about there.
The blinking number on the bottom left of the HUD is a countdown until the missile hits. Because the Sparrow relies on your radar lock for guidance, you have to retain the SGT lock until the missile hits. You can press left control F6 to follow your missile on its journey to your target. Press F1 to return to your cockpit view. If you don't get a hit, try again with your other Sparrow missile. Nice hit. Next, we'll cover the AMRAAM, an advanced medium-range air-to-air missile. This missile replaced the Sparrow and, compared to the Sparrow, has improved range, guidance, and weight, and an internal radar seeker. This radar seeker allows the AMRAAM to guide on a target without support from the launch aircraft, allowing the launch aircraft to
bye-bye
loss of missile guidance. As you can see from your NPCD, we are currently carrying two versions of the AMRAAM, the AIM-120B and the AIM-120C. The AIM-120C has improved target detection and greater range. When the AIM-120C is selected, one of the 120C missiles will be boxed in the NPCD, and the indicator in the bottom left. The HUD symbology is very similar with the AMRAAM as with the Sparrow. The most obvious difference is that the ASC circle is dashed instead of solid. With the AMRAAM, we can use LRS and SGT radar modes as with the Sparrow, or we can lock and engage multiple targets simultaneously in TWS mode. Let's try that. Switch to TWS by pressing right Alt I. I've added a few targets about 40 miles out. Choose one as the primary target by moving the acquisition symbol over it in the VSD and pressing enter, and then choose another as the secondary target by doing the same over it. Press the spacebar once you have two targets selected.
Oh.
The HUD shows targeting information for the current target, which is now your PDT. As with the Sparrow, a box indicates the current target's location. A star will appear under the box when valid launch parameters are met. The target is within the maximum missile range and the steering dot is in the ASC circle. When you first launch an AMRAAM, it will use your radar to guide it to the target until it is within range of its own radar. If you lose radar lock, the missile will estimate the target's position and guide to this point until it goes active, that is, switches to its own radar. The number in the bottom right of the HUD after M is the time until a launched missile will go active on the current target. When the range of the target decreases to within the range of the AMRAAM's radar, approximately 10 miles, this timer will decrease to 0 and then switch to displaying timed impact. When your current target is about halfway between max range and RTR, fire a missile by holding the weapon release button, right alt space, until it launches.
So a star will appear under the but it's already well within... Oh, for God's sake, I don't know.
There we go.
The blinking timer on the bottom left of the HUD shows two numbers. The first is the time until the missile is active, and the second is the time to intercept. Once the missile is active, only the time to intercept will be displayed here. Now that you've launched a missile at your primary target, the targeting information on the HUD is switched to your next target, which is your first SGT. While your first missile is on its way to your primary target, go ahead and hold the weapon release button again to launch a missile at your current target. The timer on the bottom left of the HUD will now show times of your second missile. If either of your missiles don't hit, try again with your remaining missiles.
Right. MiG-29A damaged, destroyed. Going for the second one. 3, 2, 1. One's disappeared.
Good hits. This concludes this training lesson. I've unpaused the lesson and activated 2 additional targets if you'd like to continue practicing, or you can press escape to end the lesson now.
I mean, sure. Oh, something's coming in. Eh. Right, I am seeing bugger all on my radar. I can see them. Right. Eh. Oh god, he's too close. What do I do? Do I have a lock? Wow, okay. Yeah, it's that one there. Where's the other guy? No, don't moan, I'm barely pulling up at all. What is the matter with this thing? What's my airspeed? Oh, my airspeed's low. What was it to shift this thing up and down? Right, where the hell are you? There you are, I see you. Okay, we have the start.
29A damage, MiG-29A destroyed. Beautiful. I dropped something. Where did you go, you bastard? Awarded the Air Force Medal. Really? Jeez, the standards aren't what they were. Where the hell did that go to? Where the hell did I drop that? It fell down. Excuse me a second. Gotcha, you little bugger. Yeah, I want to do this one. Then we are... How are we doing? Oh god, it's almost 10 to 8. Super chat is enabled if you'd like to help support the channel that way, or if you'd like to help support the channel in any other way. There are links to the PayPal and Patreon in the description. You too can get your own little Patreon Kerbal for use of the Kerbal Space Program videos, as well as your name at the end of the videos or access to the Patreon and Discord, access to anything I post on the Patreon. Will you shut up? Access to anything I post on Patreon, and of course all your kind money helps me to go making better content, hopefully better content than this. Oh, and today's stream drink is Diet Tango Apple. Because Tango Apple is the nectar of the gods. My ah, I know the feeling.
Welcome to the DVR Tactics Training Lesson. Head towards waypoint 1 at about 25,000 feet and 350 knots. You can use your autopilot if you want. Air-to-air combat is a complex topic with lots of considerations and possible tactics. In this lesson, we'll cover just the basics for approaching a BVR engagement against other fighters, but much of it will also apply to engagements with defensive targets like bombers or transports. In this mission, we're flying a combat air patrol, or CAP, near the Russian border. In a combat air patrol, you'll be flying back and forth along a specific route, in this case between waypoints 0 and 1, and engaging threatening bandits, enemy aircraft. Press the spacebar to continue. Once we start our engagement, things will happen fast, so first I'll outline what we'll be doing. There will be 2 bandits. When you're able to see them on your radar, you'll target one and tell your wingman to engage my target. Then you'll untarget that bandit and target the other to engage yourself. When you're within max missile range, you'll fire 1 missile. This will have a low probability of hitting, but will put your target on the defensive. Then, if your target is still alive when your range closes to RTR, you'll fire another. Alright, when you're ready to start, press I to turn your radar on, and press T to exit navigation, ADI, master mode, and enter air-to-air mode. Since you don't know how far away any bandits might be yet, set your radar display range to its max setting of 160 miles. Minus and equals keys adjust your display range. Then, press the spacebar to continue. When flying CAP, you'll generally want to command your flight to line abreast formation. This spreads all of you out along the horizontal line, increasing the search volume of your radars. Open the communication menu by pressing \. Press F1 to choose commands to your flight. Next, press F9 to choose formation commands, and then press F2 to select line abreast. Press the spacebar once you've got confirmation from the enemy. If radar stations are present, you can communicate with them to get information on bogies, contacts of unknown identity. These radar stations can be in the form of airborne warning control systems, or AWACS, such as an E2 or E3, or a ground-based radar called an early warning radar, or EWR. Today you've got an E3 AWACS, call sign Overlord. You can radio the AWACS from your communication menu as needed. When an AWACS or EWR picks up a new bogey, it'll give you its BRA, bearing from you, range from you, altitude, and aspect relative to you. You can also request this information about the closest bogey by requesting the bogey dope via radio by pressing left wing O. Press the spacebar to continue.
Left win O.
Continue towards waypoint 1. Your AWACS just detected bandits. Time to engage. When engaging an enemy in BVR, you want as much speed and altitude as possible to give your missiles longer range. When you launch missiles from higher altitude, your missiles are basically going downhill towards your target. Also, the air is thinner at higher altitudes, meaning less drag on your missiles. And the faster you're going towards your target when you launch a missile, the more of a boost you'll be giving the missile on its way. First, push the throttle all the way to afterburn. Next, to decrease your weight and drag, jettison your external fuel tanks by pressing left Alt R now. Alright, let's do this.
Oh, for God's sake!
Turn towards the target on the bearing the AWACS gave you. If you forgot, press left when O to request a bogey dope. When you're on the right heading, press the spacebar.
Enfield 1-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 359, Fort 110 at 28,000 knots.
359.
Enfield 1-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 001, Fort 110 at 28,000 knots.
Kind of on the right heading.
Next, pull up into a climb, but don't go so steep that your speed falls below Mach 0.9. Remember, Mach is shown in the bottom left of the HUD above your G level. Level off at about 40,000 feet. Climb high enough that you're not producing contrails. You can tell by looking back at your wingmen once they're at the same altitude as you. Adjust your radar settings to make finding the bandits easier. Because your AWACS told you the bogies are hot, cycle the radar PRF by pressing right shift I until you get to high PRF, which has the best performance against hot aspects. Don't forget to change your PRF again if the target aspect changes though, or else you'll have trouble fighting your wind. Press the spacebar to continue.
27,000 knots.
Got them.
Enfield 1-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 002, Fort 90 at 22,000 knots.
Locate the bogies on your radar, but don't lock them up yet. You may need to adjust the zoom or the antenna elevation to match their range and altitude. If they're still far away, you may not detect them yet. You may need to keep adjusting antenna elevation as the distance closes, or if altitudes change. Once you start to see the bogies on your RWR or radar, try to keep a mental picture of their locations and altitude, as well as your wingmans. This will be invaluable if you lose them on your radar. Once you see the bogies on your radar, switch to TWS mode so you can get more information on them by pressing right Alt I. Your wingman won't engage targets unless fired upon, or unless you command them to. You're facing two bogies, so you can ask your wingman to take one and you can handle the other. Select one as your PDT, then command your wingman to engage it by pressing left wing Q.
Left wing Q.
Next, deselect that bogey by pressing backspace. Now target the other bogey as your PDT. Instead of flying directly at your target, turn left to right to place it just inside the limits of your radar. That is, just inside your 10 at 2 o'clock. This is called cranking and reduces your closure rate, meaning your opponent's missiles won't be as effective. If your RWR signals a radar lock on you, turn on your ECM, jammer, by pressing E. Press the spacebar when your target is within max missile range.
So max missile range. Quite a way away. No,
Enfield 1-1, Overlord 1-1.
wanted to level out at 40,000 feet, didn't we?
Fort 60 at 27,000 knots.
Oops.
Enfield 1-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 359, Fort 60 at 19,000 knots.
Oh, no, we want to be going this way, don't we?
Contact bearing 001.60. 2, contact bearing 000.60.
Still not within max missile range. Oh god, what are they doing? Still.
Enfield 1-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 374, at 27,000 knots.
Yeah, I know. Yes, thank you for all the beeps.
Enfield, Gwen 1. Overlord, Gwen 1. Bra, 3852, 440 at 19,000 knots.
Okay, ECM jammer is active. Are we within max missile range yet? Not quite. Oh god, this is why I hate aviation. It's just to the actual flying part. It's just because it is rubbing your tummy and batting your head kind of thing. Just want to turn a bit, keep them within. Max missile range coming up. Hang on, what have I got selected?
Enfield, Gwen 1. Overlord, Gwen 1. Bra, 3842, 425 at 27,000 knots. Enfield, Gwen 1. Overlord,
Oh,
Gwen
right.
1. Bra,
Let's get ready to fire. Outside RTR, your missile may not hit, but will put your opponent on the defensive. Turn towards your target so you're pointing directly at them. Then pull the nose up to about 15 degrees above the horizon, and hold the weapon release button on your joystick or right alt space to fire a missile.
15 degrees above. Oh,
Crank again by turning until your target is just inside your radar scan limits. Until the timer on the HUD indicates that your missile seeker is active, you want to keep the target locked in TWS or STT unless you need to turn to evade a missile. When you reach RTR, turn and fire another missile, then crank again. Then throttle back to military power. This will further reduce your closure rate and make it harder for any missiles to reach you. If the timer on the HUD runs out and you haven't hit the target, turn back to fire again. If you're getting too close, though, you'll be entering the close combat arena, which is a whole different ballgame. If you don't want to do that, you'll have to turn around and gain some distance, then re-engage. If you hit your target before your wingman hits his, you can now try to go help your wingman out.
that's what that was. Ha. I've got this. I've got this. Come on, baby. Hold it together. Hold it together. Possibly throttle down as a first. Right. Might have needed that bit. Yeah, I forgot what that meant. Intercept practice mission. Control and E 3 times to eject. Oh, there's a strike package. It is warm in here, and that's not going to be doing my graphics card any good. Right, so what was it?
Enfield, Gwen 1, Magic Gwen 1, pop-up group 286, 470 at 4,000 knots.
So we do that one. Oh, sorry, it's right. Alt I. Which one was TWS? That's TWS.
35,000 knots. Enfield, Gwen 1. Magic, Gwen 1. Bra, 2D, 445. Contact bearing 280.50.
Running Q.
Enfield, Gwen 1. Magic, Gwen 4. Contact bearing 281.445 at 35,000 knots. Flight, engage my target. 79.50.
Right, I have a target somewhere.
Bra, 279, 450 at 1,000 knots. Contact bearing 277.45. Bra, 278, 445 at 16,000 knots.
Where's my target?
Enfield, Gwen 1. Magic, Gwen 1. Bra, 277, 445 at 1,000 knots.
At 45. Oh god, he is well up.
Contact bearing 281.29.
It says at 40. It doesn't mean like 4,000 feet, does it? No. Right, weapons. Do I need to? Am I good? Do not have a firing solution. Have a firing solution. Fire. Oh, I was outside minimum range, wasn't I? How can I be outside minimum range in my... What keeps happening to those minimum range marks? Oh, I've gone outside. Where's he gone? Win an O.
Magic 1-1. Infield 1-1. Request bogey dope. Contact bearing 224.7.
224. 224 for 7. I can't see anybody. I got him. Getting away from me. Where are you? I see. Climb, or was it climb to give your missiles the best chance of hitting? Oh, for God's sake. So am I going to get to minimum engage range on this bastard soon? I am terrible at this game. I am absolutely horrific at this game. Yeah, I'm chasing him. He disappeared! Right, where are you? Okay, we have firing solution. Where did you go? Don't tell me I lost tracking on the bastard. 130 for 8. I don't know what just happened. See you later, need more tea. Oh, and hello. Need more tea, by the way.
Magic 1-1. Concealed 1-1. Request bogey dope. Enfield 1-1. Magic 1-1. Bra 00349 at 10,000 gold.
003. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Eh. 10,000. Yeah, I know the missions. Oh, for God's sake. Right. Fly again.
Enfield 1-1. Magic 1-1. Bra 285-470 at 20,000 knots. Enfield 1-1. Magic 1-1. Pop-up group 285-470 at 4,000 knots.
Satellite control.
Enfield
I.
1-1. Magic 1-1. Pop-up group 286-460 at 4,000 knots.
Right. Enter.
Contact Medic 289-150. Bra flight. Engage my Wind 1, Magic Wind 1, Bra 282, 460 at 16,000 knots.
A2C, okay.
Contact bearing 282, hard spike 4 o'clock. Enfield Wind 1, Magic Wind 1, Bra 2, contact bearing 279, 450.
I don't have a target.
Enfield Wind 1, Magic Wind 1, Bra 284, 440 at 35,000 knots.
There we go.
Contact bearing 277.45. Magic Wind 1, Bra 279, 445 at 1,500 knots.
Let's go after this little bastard.
Enfield Wind 1, Magic Wind 1, Bra 278, 445 at 16,000 knots. Enfield Wind 1, Magic Wind 1, Bra 277, 445 at 1,500 knots.
Oh god. Okay, firing solution. Oh god, they're close. And I've lost them. Now I've got him back again.
Contact bearing 251.26. Enfield Wind 1, Magic Wind 1, Bra 258, 422 at 17,000 knots. Spike, 11 o'clock. Contact bearing 231.2.
I am terrible at this. I am genuinely awful. Ah! Okay. Aye. 285. So we got some guys coming in about there.
Pop-up group 285, 470 at 4,000 knots.
Right, I have some targets on my radar. This is clearly in TWS mode.
Group 286, 470 at 4,000 knots. Contact bearing 288.50. Magic Wind 1, Bra 289, 450. Contact bearing 289.52. Enfield Wind 1, Magic Wind 1, Bra 282, 460 at
Where have you gone?
16,000 knots.
Damn it. Okay, we will just pick one of these guys.
Contact bearing 279.50. Contact bearing 285.45. 440 at 35,000 knots. Contact bearing 280.50. Enfield 1. Contact bearing 278.50. 450 at 16,000 knots.
What is going on? 120C selected.
Magic Wind 1, Bra 278, 450 at
They
1,000.
should be right ahead of me.
Contact bearing 276.45. Enfield
I'm not on
Wind 1,
BBR mode, am I?
Magic Wind 1, Bra 277, 445 at 16,000 knots.
Where are they?
Enfield Wind 1, Magic Wind 1, Bra 2
Why can't I target any of these bastards? The control... Oh! It's not that one. Okay, there we go. And we have a firing solution, so climb to about 15 degrees. Turn to keep them on just within radar. 11 seconds until we hit now targeting me on with the ECM jammer. 3, 2, 1. Okay, once again, turn to face. 15 above, damn it, come on. Oh god, I'm tracking the oh god, that's it's the missile warning, wasn't it? Oh, damn it!
Right engine fire. Radar failure. ACS failure.
Okay.
Hydraulics failure. Left engine fire. Right engine fire. Radar failure. ACS failure.
Why am I still getting these warnings?
Hydraulics failure. Left engine fire.
Will you... how? Thank you. Ugh. Never thought I'd be so glad to see my plane crash. Right. So I clearly... Three and 4... Okay. Let's just do this one. It's your mind, one of you. The voices. The voices.
In this lesson, we'll learn how to use the AIM-9 Sidewinder short-range infrared-guided air-to-air missile and your radar core and VS auto-acquisition modes, which are useful in close combat. The Sidewinder is fire and forget, meaning the launch aircraft doesn't need to maintain a lock after launching. The Sidewinder's infrared seeker locks onto hot elements of a target, typically the engines. Because of this, it's more effective when you're engaging a target from its rear than head-on. The Sidewinder can be decoyed by flares and is less effective against ground clutter. The Sidewinder can lock onto targets using just its own seeker or with the assistance of a radar lock. The F-15 can carry up to 4 Sidewinders on its wing pylons. They currently have the lesson paused. To use the AIM-9's infrared seeker to lock onto targets, press 6. Do this now. The growling sound means that your Sidewinder is actively looking for a target. Its seeker is currently caged, meaning that it is fixed straight ahead. The larger circle, or reticle, on the HUD indicates the field of view of the seeker. When a target is within the reticle and the seeker has enough thermal contrast from the background, the seeker tone will change to a higher pitch and the lock street lights on the canopy frame will illuminate, indicating the seeker is tracking the target. If the target strays outside the reticle, you will lose the lock. This mode is useful in locking onto specific targets in a tight group. You can switch between caged and uncaged by pressing 6. Do this now to uncage the seeker. The word scan is now boxed in the lower left of the NPCD, indicating that the seeker is currently uncaged. The larger reticle on the HUD represents a missile's field of view, and the smaller one is where the seeker is currently looking as it scans around. When the missile seeker locks a target, the outer reticle will disappear, and the smaller one will follow the target within the seeker's gimbal limits. A high-pitched lock tone will sound to indicate a lock. Detecting and locking a target with a missile seeker is a good way to surprise an enemy, since with the radars off, their RWR won't warn them of their presence. However, with only the missile's IR seeker, you don't have as much targeting information, such as range, closure rate, etc., and your detection ranges are limited. To remedy this, you can use your radar, and the Sidewinder seeker will automatically be directed towards a locked radar target. The radar has auto-acquisition modes, which are handy for close combat situations. First, we'll look at vertical scan mode. Enter vertical scan mode by pressing 3 now. When you enter an auto-acquisition mode, the radar will activate automatically. In vertical scan VS mode, instead of moving side to side, the radar now scans up and down from roughly straight ahead to 55 degrees above your nose. The width of the scan zone is 7.5 degrees. A vertical line is displayed on the HUD to help you align your target with the radar's field of view. In this mode, you will automatically lock onto the first target detected in this zone within 10 miles range. Vertical scan mode is handy during dogfights, since when you're pulling into a turn to place the nose on a bandit, the bandit will be above your nose. When you have a target locked, you can unlock a target and return to vertical scan by pressing enter. Next, enter Boresight mode by pressing 4. Boresight, or, is similar to vertical scan mode, except the radar scans only a 4-degree cone straight ahead, indicated by the circle on the HUD. This mode is useful for quickly locking a specific target, for example, one aircraft in formation, within visual range. Go ahead and press 6 to switch back to using the missile seeker alone for now.
That noise does is pretty annoying.
Pause the mission. You now have 2 targets ahead of you. Let's shoot down just one of them for now. Try to place the reticle over one of them until you hear the high-pitched lock tone. You can either launch an aim 9 now by holding the weapon release button, right out space, or initiate a self-track by uncaging the seeker by pressing 6 again. Once you're self-tracking, launch a missile. Nice hit. Now try using an auto-acquisition radar mode to lock onto the second target, but don't fire yet. Press either 3 to enter vertical scan mode or 4 to enter Boresight mode. Then fly to place a target in the radar field of view of your selected mode. As long as you're within 10 miles, the radar will automatically lock onto the target. Press the spacebar once you have a radar lock on the target. The large circle on the HUD is the allowable steering area, or ASE circle. Try to keep the small steering dot inside the circle as close to the center as possible to maximize your missile's effectiveness. Remember that in SCT mode, the range of the target is indicated on scales on the right sides of the HUD and VSD, along with marks for the missile's maximum range, RTR, range turn and run, the max range against the maneuvering target, and minimum range. You also have a target designator box on the HUD indicating the line of sight to the target, along with a circle indicating aim 9 seekers line of sight. When the target is between RTR and minimum range and the steering dot is in the ASE circle, the locked street lights on your canopy frame will illuminate and a triangle will appear under the target designator box, indicating a valid shot. Fire the missile by holding the weapon release button. Good hit. This concludes this training lesson. I've activated 2 additional targets over the town of Sochi 8.2 if you'd like to practice further, or press escape to end the lesson there.
Enfield 1-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 256, 410 at 4,500 knots.
Not close enough. Wow, you've got to be really close for this thing to actually...
Enfield 1-1, Overlord 1-1, pop-up group 29045 at 2000 knots. Enfield 1-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 29340 at 4000 knots.
Yeah, alright. Jesus, you're not my mum. Do I not have any missiles left? Oh, balls. I have no missiles left.
Enfield 1-1, Overlord 1-1, pop-up group 13942 at 4000 cold.
Why can't I... Why aren't cannons available? Do I not have... I don't have any cannons. Fine. No. Well... Missions flown 1, mission name, status, score, escort SEAD, and okay. Recent and second provocation of Russia by Georgia sparked international students. Russia's made it. Georgia need to press it. First video shall we destroy the Russian EWR. A120C. Any threats to the F-16 dead flight? Right, okay.
Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 311, 490 at 18,000 knots.
Oh, what was it?
Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 311, 490 at 18,000 knots.
Okay, let's do this.
Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 346, 490 at 25,000 cold. Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 345, 490 at 25,000 cold. Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 345, 490
Ah,
at
interesting.
24,000.
Oh god, what was it? Was it Win 0? Control 0. What was...
Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, pop-up group 3843, Fort 130 at 1,500, cold.
What was... Oh, God. Someone tell me what the communications were.
Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, pop-up group 3842, Fort 130 at 2,500, cold. Rosani, clear to taxi to runway 13.
Oh, bugger. Flaps down.
Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, pop-up group 339, Fort 130 at 3,500, cold. Chevy 3-1, unable to clear for takeoff. Chevy 3-1, Rosani, you are cleared for takeoff and ready. Climb 300 at QFE 28.34. Rolling. 2, spike, 5 o'clock. 2, spike, 6 o'clock. Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 336, Fort 140 at 6,000, cold. Rolling. Wheels up.
Flaps up. Oh my God, gear. Oh, I forgot the landing gear.
2, redoing. 3, wheels up.
What? And wheels up.
Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 334, 140 at 8,000. Wheels up.
Magic
Chevy
1-1,
3-1,
right.
Magic 1-1, Bra 334, 140 at 9,000, cold.
334. I could probably turn the other way, couldn't I?
Cold 1, airborne. Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 311, Fort 70 at 18,000 knots. Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 311, Fort 70 at 18,000 knots.
What are you?
3-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 329, Fort 110 at 25,000 knots.
Friendly. Do we have any?
Magic 1-1, Chevy 3-1, bogey dope. Chevy 31, Magic 11, Bra 314, 470 at 18,000, cold.
Yeah, I am going quite slowly. Probably just fly in formation with the F-16s, that's probably going to be a little easier. Spike 1 o'clock. Those bastards are getting away from me, come on. There we go. Pulling it back a little bit.
Chevy 31, Magic 11, Bra 311, 470 at 18,000 knots.
10 nautical miles. Oh, bloody hell.
Chevy 31, Magic 11, Bra
Friendly craft.
460 at 18,000 knots.
Three, 1-1. Not seeing them hot. Hello, what are you? Let's control I.
Chevy 31, Magic 11, Bra 308, 450 at 18,000 knots. Chevy 31, Magic 11, Bra 308, 450 at 18,000 knots.
Ah, it's a sunny day at least.
Chevy 31, Magic 11, Bra 323, 490 at 23,000 knots.
Yeah, track IR is ridiculously expensive. I could get a cheap VR headset for less than that. I do have the AMRAMs here, don't I? Yes. AMRAMs. Or do I just shoot these guys out of the sky? Station standing for push. Can someone just... supposed to push them out? Is that for... is that code for actually shoot the bastards out of the sky, or what? Because I am just about to get a firing solution. Where have I lost? Oh god, that's... why do I not have... why can I not fire? Where's he gone? Why can't I not... why can't I lock you? Where the hell are you? Smoke in the air! Smoke in the air! Oh my god, why are you just doing this? Oh, for God's sake. Seriously? Why am I losing control? Okay, well this is great. I'm engaging the dodging missile simulator. Oh my god, clouds and some hills right in front of it. Yeah, that was kind of going to happen. Just popped out over the hill. Hi! Boom! I'm gonna go down, going in flames. It's just, I am not good at this. Just so much information coming at me. Right. Let's try this again. Shoot first, ask questions later.
Chevy 31, Magic 11, Bra 311, 490 at 18,000 knots.
Okay, left engine start up. Right engine start
Chevy
up.
31, Magic 11, Bra 311, 490 at 18,000 knots.
There we go.
Chevy 31, Magic 11, Bra 346, 490 at 25,000 cold.
Hot glue in eye, pilot from Bermuda. Yeah.
31, Magic 11, Bra 345, 490 at 25,000 cold. Chevy 31, Magic 11, Bra 345, 490 at 24,000 cold.
Alright, rolling.
Lozani, clear to taxi to runway 13. Chevy 31, Magic 11, pop-up group 343, Fort 130 at 1,500 cold.
Flaps down.
Chevy 31, Magic 11, pop-up group 342, Fort 130 at 2,500 cold.
I don't know if there are any regular DCS players currently screaming at their screens. My goal for this is this is going to be my regular. This is going to be the fortnightly Tuesday stream.
Rolling.
So I'm going to try and get through this campaign, no matter how many copies of my charred corpse litter the South Central Eurasian countryside.
Chevy 31, Magic 11, pop-up group 340, Fort 130 at 3,500 cold. Chevy 31, able to clear for takeoff. Chevy 31, Lozani, you are cleared for takeoff already. Climb 300 at QFE 28.34.
So up to 30,000 basically.
Rolling.
Gear up. He's back on the throttle a little bit. Let's get those flaps up.
Chevy 3, wheels on 1, Bra 336, Fort 140 at 6,000 cold.
336.
Wheels up.
Should have gone the other way.
Wheels up. Rejoin. Chevy 31, Magic 11, Bra 335, Fort 140 at 8,000 knots. Chevy 31, Magic 11, Bra 335, Fort 140 at 9,000 knots.
Hot. So we want to keep it on high. Because they're coming to us. very considerate of them. We're going to continue to climb to...
Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 310, 470 at 18,000 knots.
310, so bogey contact at this one. 18,000.
Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 311, 470 at 18,000 knots.
Not seeing it, buddy.
Magic 1-1, Bra 329, Fort 110 at 25,000 gold.
Control.
Magic 1-1, Chevy 3-1, request bogey dope. Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 316, 470 at 18,000 gold.
Like 1 o'clock. What is going on over here?
Magic 1-1, Chevy 3-1, request bogey dope. Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 315, 470 at 18,000 knots.
Why am I not seeing them on my radar? $30,000 level off here.
Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 310, 460 at 18,000 knots.
I am seeing bugger all on my radar. What are you?
Chevy 3-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 307, 460 at 18,000 knots.
There you are. Why can't I? There we go.
out of speed again, aren't I? Right. ASC, yep, we have...
Magic 1-1. Bra 302 445 at 18,000. Contact medic 300.45.
Okay, we are nearly at...
Chevy 3-1. Magic 1-1. Bra 320 490 at 23,000 knots.
Ready. Nearly there. Nearly there. Come on, baby, just a little longer. A little closer. I need to pick up a bit more speed.
Chevy 3-1. Magic 1-1. Bra 333 450 at 29,000 knots.
Just out of minimum BVR range, come on.
Chevy 3-1. Magic 1-1. Bra 333 445 at 19,000 knots. Chevy 3-1. Magic flight. Engage my target.
Oh. Wait, I'm diving towards a surface-to-air missile unit, I think.
Chevy 3-1. Magic 1-1. Bra 343 450 at 5,000 knots. Contact Mary. Chevy 3-1. Magic 1-1. 343 450 at 23,000. Contact Mary. Contact Mary.
That's the surface-to-air missile unit. That's my guy. Come on. Damn it.
Chevy 3-1. Contact Mary. 3,000 cold.
Left engine fire.
Oh,
Right
God.
engine fire. Hydraulics failure.
I was hit. I was hit.
Left
I was
engine
hit.
fire. Right engine fire. Hydraulics failure.
Chevy 3.
Left engine fire.
046.
Right engine fire.
Yeah, I've ejected. You can stop with that stuff now. F-16s are still good. Whee! I can twist my neck all the way around. Several times, in fact. Maybe parachute away from the... Is this... No, it's just one of the simple ones. Well, it's going to get a lot toastier as I get closer to the ground. A darn sight toastier. Whee! I seem to be drifting a little bit. Ooh! I was not aware of that. Here comes the ground. Ow. Well, this is pleasant. Little village over there, may as well go and introduce myself. Draw. So I'm assuming that's because I took out one craft. I'm going to need to do some more practice on this, but I've had... Yeah. I am terrible at this. How's that a draw? Success rate 75, air to ground kills. Air to air kills. One! I've got one kill. Lovely. Right. I'm going to have to call it a day there because we've gone past the 9 o'clock. Tastes lost my feelings. That I am terrible at this. I am absolutely terrible at this, but I will be hoping to get better. I'm hoping you can. I'll try and do a little bit in between streams, but mostly I think it will be on the stream that you'll watch me slowly increase my competence. All right, but that will be all for today. I do hope you enjoyed it. We are back to some hopefully much more competently produced content on when is it? Saturday. Hopefully a video out during the day, then Smith Builds live stream in the evening, and next Tuesday, what's next Tuesday? Next Tuesday will be Fighter Clinic. My apologies once again for my gross incompetence at this game. Yes, plenty of stuff coming up though. Thank you to everybody for coming along. Thank you to everybody for all the likes. Thank you for getting involved with the chat. As I said, yeah, plenty of stuff coming up. Until then, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.